Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for 3 p.m. Eastern, June 27th, 2019. In furthering our understanding that all things come from within. All things. We've been guided into a process where we constantly are thinking or seeking external things that are going to answer our questions that we have. And this leaves the highest high inside of us secluded and non-interactive, quite frankly, because it's like someone's talking in your ear, whispering in your ear, but you have earplugs. So no matter what they say, you cannot hear them. And we're literally trained to seek externally. And we seek, we look and we seek and we try to find. But a lot of the questions that we have for ourselves are, the answers are inside of us. When we are confused, when we are frustrated, we go inside. But unfortunately, the majority of humanity doesn't do that. They stay in that. Imagine how frustrating it is when you know that there's no way they need to be there. They don't need to be in frustration. They don't need to be in depression. They don't need to be in anxiety or fear, any of that stuff. They don't need to be in it. It's like, write this sentence when you don't know how to write. Okay? It's like, read this book when you don't know how to read. So, how can someone go within themselves when that's basically the case? They have no clue. So, we do what we can as part of the one to make that, give them an awareness, so that, since they are part of us, you can give them an awareness. They start realizing that, everything that I am confronted with, or anything, and basically it's what we create. So, but we don't know that. See, we don't know we create these things. That's what's so funny. We don't know we created them. We think that life threw them at us. Okay? But in reality, we're the very thing that created them. Now, unconsciously, subconsciously, we do this. Now, you picture your subconscious being continually bombarded, unfortunately, with negative energies, negative frequencies, low frequencies. And we take those in and they're stored. It's like a programming center. And so as we go through life, the subconscious dictates to the conscious without the conscious knowing. It's not like you can say, well, my subconscious is dictating to my conscious. I'm gonna stop that. That's not going to happen anymore, because most of the things that my subconscious has are low frequencies dictating or giving them to the conscious, where therefore I create them. So it's like, you say to yourself, why isn't this working the way it should be? Why isn't it happening the way I think it should happen? You know, oh boy, this is going to happen, that's going to happen, this is going to happen, that's going to happen. And the funny thing about it is that we are at a vibrational frequency that we don't realize that we've taken ourselves out of that universal flow. And we cannot achieve it, no matter how hard we bang, try, scrape, because our frequency is lower. And see, making that correlation is very difficult for humans, because they kind of look at you like, well, that's kind of nuts, you know? That's true. See, when we are not consciously aware of our actions, and we believe that there's some force out there creating these things, when we are the force, it's just crazy. And we go through life that way, not realizing that we are the force that creates the very things that create our lives. It could be a brief thought. It could be a brief thing that is engaged, and we don't even know it. It's a passing thought. That's why we've got to be so cognizant of our thoughts, to be aware of them, so that we can basically command and master from the heart mind. So when you begin to, your thoughts start to be generated by your mastering and command, and the thoughts become positive. They become free-flowing, and they create what your intent is. If you're operating from the lower frequencies and expecting to literally create things in your life that you desire, it won't happen. Not in a million years. You just get frustrated and exasperated, and it just continues. And it's just a mad rush around the around the merry-go-round, or the mulberry bush. So when we begin to realize that you, each and every one of us, are source, we're part of source. So doesn't it make sense that as we increase our frequencies through our heart mind, through our intentions, through our awareness, our consciousness, we bring ourselves to that harmony, to that frequency, so things just begin to happen effortlessly. They fall into place. You ever had that periods in your life where you didn't know it, but you actually were in a high frequency, and you literally had things just, everything was perfect. It was just free-flowing. When you desired something, it happened. You know, when you and no matter what it was, and it just flowed. It just took place. It was almost, it's like you would say, this is phenomenal. This is miraculous. This is wonderful. Or maybe you didn't, and you just, took it in. And then it left, went away, gone. You can feel it. You can feel when you literally remove yourself from that higher frequency, it's gone. Things aren't happening the way you would like them to. Things aren't gelling. They're not coming together. They're too fragmented. This is taking way too long to accomplish this. What the heck's going on? When you are in the lower frequencies, this is what you get. Day in and day out, it is what you get. You are the harmonizer. You are the master and commander. And you're the light ship. And that's what happens. And we don't know that. The majority of humanity cannot even identify that. They are just saying, well, life throws these curves. And things happen. Sure they do. But they're all created by our thoughts. They're all created. And now, if your thoughts and your mind is in control, you're in the low frequencies. Okay? The mind gravitates towards low frequencies. It's easier to be in low frequencies than it is in the high. Isn't that strange? It's easier to be in the lower frequencies. It's easier to be dishonest. It's easier to be stingy. It's easier to be uncaring. It's easier to be depressed and frustrated. Even though we do everything we can external, taking pills and everything to try to get us out of that, we don't realize that the simplicity of our action is to say, I am no longer in low frequencies. And when you know what they are, you begin to monitor you begin to monitor yourself. You're cognizant. You say, no, I'm not going there. I know what that will do. I know that will bring me down, and I know it will not allow me to generate, whatever word you want to use, attract, manifest. You're not attracting anything, okay? You're stepping into a positive flow. And in that positive flow, everything is there. All your desires, everything that you would wish for yourself are there. Frustrating thing is, very few people can maintain that. Very few. Okay? Because you are so bombarded and so weighted down with all of the rhetoric and noise outside you. All of the thoughts the brain is producing, all of these just bombarding, coming in, thousands and thousands of them every day, you know, and most of us are trying to interact with those. You imagine that? Instead of viewing them from a distance and saying, okay, fine. I see that, okay, that one's not going to get me into higher frequencies, so I'm not going to even pay any attention to those. Acknowledge them, but then they're off. They're in and out. They come and they go. Have you ever noticed that? They come and they go. They're in and they're out. Just as quickly as they come, they're gone. But a lot of us latch onto them so they don't go. You know, we start generating, and we start literally creating our very lives. And unfortunately for a lot of people, they're not what they would like. Their lives are not what they would like them to be. And so what do people do? Settle. They settle. That's what they do. Oh, well, okay. They settle. Right? Their self-esteem, of course, is low anyway. So they have a conversation with themselves, and they say, oh well, okay, well, I can't have that. Okay, I can't. Okay, so I'll settle for this. And they hit that feeling, that wave feeling. And it's almost like they feel guilty because they're desiring something. And after a while, the mind tells them that, no, you're not going to have that, so you're going to have to settle for this. Okay? It's almost like a guilt, because you're desiring something, and you almost feel guilty that you're desiring it, and so you wash it away. And then you drop down to a different frequency, and you literally you say to yourself, okay, well, I'll accept this. This will have to do. Okay? This is all about us. It is all about knowing who and what we are, each and every one of us. And that's not an easy thing, because we actually are comfortable in the frustration. Okay? Now, we may not know that, but we are, because that's the way we've been. It is imperative for each and every one of us to make sure that we keep ourselves in the higher frequencies, the universal stream, the flow. And when you move into that, everything becomes effortless. It becomes as at ease. It flows to you, right? It flows to you. You are not flowing to it. You are the center of attraction. So it literally flows to you. It's always there. So this meditation it flows to you. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted, which I'm sure most of you are. And while I'm talking, you're going to want to relax. Your first step, move into the now. That's easier said than done. Move into the now. This means that you are not thinking 20 minutes from now. You are not thinking 10 seconds from now. You are only in the now. You stay in the eye of the now. You are not thinking about anything in the past that comes over you. Okay? Because as I said, we live in our past to create our future. This happens to all humanity. So, we are in the now. The very moment you're in the now, and you stay there. And when you do this thing, you relax. The body relaxes. The stress and the tension and the fear and anxiety and frustration is literally flows away from you. It doesn't flow to you, it flows away from you. And you are literally floating in the now. And as you are in the now, you're going to want to breathe. And breathing is so important. And you want to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Breath in through the nose, breath out through the mouth. As you breathe in through the nose, you hold it. 1001, 1002, 1003. The reason you hold it is because it gives you focus. You concentrate on the breathing. You're in the now. You are focused on your breathing. You are not focused on thoughts ahead of you or behind you. You are focused in the now, and you're focused on your breathing. And as you do this, you want to do it at least 6 times. You breath out. 1001, 1002, 1003. You inhale, hold it, and then breath out. And you want to do this at least 6 times while I'm talking. You will find that you will become peaceful. You will find that all the chatter will drop away in the now. Buddha was always in the now when he meditated. He meditated in the now. He did not wander off in the past or future. He was always in the now when he meditated, and he concentrated on keeping himself in the now. Jesus kept himself in the now. He didn't look into the future or the past. He stayed in the now. He focused on the now. Now, as you breathe in, you're breathing in divine positive energy. And this energy is source energy, it's source creation. It's masculine, it's feminine. It is Mother, Father, God. It is Prime Source Creator, God. It is our family. We are part of this fabric. We are part of this creation. Doesn't it make sense that we are always plugged in? And unfortunately, the majority of us aren't even aware of that from the get-go. We're too busy searching outside of ourselves. We're too busy wanting and having and going after external things. So, this divine positive energy reminds you, move yourself higher. Move yourself into vibrational frequencies of higher and higher harmony. As you do this, you will move yourself into the universal flow of all that there is, ever has been, ever will be. It will remove you from this incessant lower frequencies of grappling, clawing and climbing to achieve what? Materialism. Things. And all along, it's above our heads, it's always been there. never gone anywhere, streaming right along, and what we do is we move ourselves into it by increasing our frequencies to a higher level. The rest is automatic. When we breathe out, we're breathing out all these things that keep us in this goopiness, in this low frequency life. The very thing that we are not interested in having is the very thing that we are creating. And it is because we pay attention to external energies. We let them seduce us. We let them take us in different directions. We let them make us believe things that are not real. They're facades that trick us. Therefore, we lower our frequencies and we stay in the muck. We're stingy. We become stingy. We become ungrateful. We become frightened and fearful. These things are automatic, and people can't figure that out. Why is this? It is all about you moving into the stream of the universe. All of us. It is all about you moving into yourself and understanding who and what you are. You are part of the source. You are creation. Therefore, you create. So you expel all these things as you're breathing out. All these things that tap on you, say, oh, no, you got to stay here. And all these thoughts that start trying to flood you, as they always do. It is harmonizing yourself, moving effortlessly into higher and higher vibrational frequency, staying more in deep eternal love, peace, joy, and bliss. This is all within you. We fold into our heart mind. We literally move in and up above the heart, and we just are floating effortlessly in total peace, in total harmony, in total bliss. And as we do this, we're immediately met with our God, our higher self, our spirit, our soul. And we merge consciously with that God. In other words, we don't have it, we are not, the body is just not containing it. It is part of it. We merge together. We create heaven on earth. Nothing can stop that. Nothing. Only we can. Only we, if we decide to stay in the low frequencies, whether consciously or unconsciously. And we're in bliss. We're in the universe. We're in the stream of sacred space. Everything is abundant. Everything. There is no lack, never has been, never will be. It is us that create the very thing that we do not desire and continually try to get out of or away from, and not realizing that we are the source creating the very thing that we try to escape from. We are encased 24/7, always, in a perfect sphere. The sphere moves with us. It moves through us, around us, everywhere. And it is parts of the source creation energies of healing, the emerald green flaming healing light. Okay? Archangel Raphael wields that. We can wield it too. The purple, violet, blue flaming light of Archangel Michael, we can wield that as well. We can move with it. It is part of the field of creation. part of Source. Golden, white, pink light of Prime Source, Creator God, Mother, Father God, or family of deep eternal love. We are that. That's what we are. Purple transmuting flame, violet ray, white fire. We are these things. We are these energies. We're made up of intricate source creation energy, and it encompasses everything. You are the navigator, the master and commander, so you have to make sure that you stay even keel, that you are not going in against the wind, but with the wind. And the wind is taking you. And you are the navigator. All right? You can either navigate into bad waters or you can stay into calm waters. That's up to you. No one else. No one else. Arm in arm, hand in hand, we form our circle of light, which is the equator of this planet Earth. And that circle of light is a flaming brilliance of deep, deep, deep eternal love. And it literally embraces the planet. It enrobes her. And it literally transmutes all caustic lower frequencies into neutral light substance, and it harmonizes higher frequencies that replace all of the disdain, all of the lower energies, all of the lower frequencies, all of that. It literally vaporizes and neutralizes it, wherever it may be. And we begin to float up effortlessly, and we move as a circle of light. And we watch as we move up, as the light shimmers on the planet's surface and waters. We continually move up, and as we're moving up, we immediately call our brothers and sisters, the other parts of Source. We call on all of the light energy beings who are of the highest, deepest eternal love, from the highest, deepest eternal love and tranquility, peace, and bliss. And they're from all over. They're from every universe, every density, every dimension, every existence. And they come in the googolplexes, massive numbers, and they flow in, and arm in arm, hand in hand, they join us, and they're in high gratitude. And we're in high gratitude. We're always in high gratitude, all of us. This is what sustains us and keeps our frequencies high, and being in high gratitude. The wonderment of being part of Source creation, life force energy, is absolutely spectacular and phenomenal. This is always a deep gratitude that we carry with us, to be part of all this, to be a piece of all that there is, ever has been, ever will be. It's exuberating. And we're always humbled. We're humbled by each other. We honor and respect each other. And they come in, we embrace them. We also are always in love with each other because it is part of us. How can we not love this energy, this Source creation, and it's part of us? How can that be? It cannot. The lower frequencies trick you. Our light expands. We call upon the archangels, cherubim, seraphim, archetypes, all of the angels, all of the civilization, because they are a civilization. And they, too, are humbled and in the highest gratitude and appreciation and joy, peace, and love. And they flock in the trillions. And they join us arm in arm, hand in hand. And we expand. We go out into sacred space, 360-degree wave, as we float up above the planet, and we literally wash watch over all that there is, ever has been, ever will be. We fill this galaxy. Think about that. We go beyond the galaxy. We go on into the universe. We fill the multiverse. We love them and they love us, and we are in great gratitude for each other, and they are with us. And our light continues to expand. We call upon all the ascended masters. They have ascended out of body, and they are here helping and assisting us. They are doing whatever they can to guide us from the perspective is that higher frequencies, always. Always. And that's being in love, always. That's a toughie. But to acknowledge it is a great start. And we have, just to name a few, Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Buddha, Gaia, Saint Germain, Sananda Jesus, El Moria, Abundantia, and many, many, many more. And they come effortlessly, automatically. We've invited them. They're part of us. We're part of them. Why wouldn't they come? They come. They have the highest, deepest eternal love from the highest, deepest eternal love. They're in tranquility, peace, joy, and bliss. And so they move in, and we join arm in arm, hand in hand. And our light expands. It cannot not expand. We thank them. We're all humbled, all of us, by each other. And we all love each other. We call upon all of the inhabitants of inner earth, hollow earth, Agartha, beneath earth. All of the civilizations who are of the highest, deepest eternal love, from the highest, deepest eternal love, who are in peace, in love, tranquil, blissful, and joyous, and generous. And they flock in the billions, and they move in effortlessly, arm in arm, hand in hand, and they move into the circle of this beautiful harmonizing light. And it expands. This is the greatest honor of uniting with parts of all that we are. From all corners of existence, it is absolute total bliss, absolute total being in love. And we're always humbled and always in the greatest of gratitude, the highest in gratitude, the deepest in gratitude. And our light expands. We call upon all the off-world civilizations, galactics, whatever surface name you call them. They are off-world civilizations. Only those who are of the highest, deepest eternal love, from the highest, deepest eternal love, in total peace, in love, joy, happiness, bliss, generosity, in deep, high gratitude. And they come in the billions, and they move in, and they, arm in arm, hand in hand, they join us. They're in high gratitude. They are in deepest eternal love, as we are. Feel that frequency. That is you. Be that frequency, which is you. The disharmony is low frequency. The stress and frustration is low frequency. Always in deep gratitude for the love that we are. In humbleness, in appreciation. ascension, with our enlightenment, with freeing ourselves from the self-imposed bondage and low frequencies and belief mechanisms. We call upon all of our loved ones who are of the highest, deepest, eternal love, from the highest, deepest, eternal love, and high gratitude. And they are in peace, tranquility, joy, happiness, bliss. And they flock in, arm in arm, hand in hand, billions of them. Not only in this lifetime, but all lifetimes that we have inhabited. We call upon all the light energy beings who have decided to be housed in the following forms on and in this planet at this time, who are of the highest, the fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the trees, the elements, earth, air, water, fire, the mermaids, the dolphins, the whales, the Pegasus, the unicorn, and many, many, many more. And they come in arm in arm, hand in hand, in massive numbers. They're in high gratitude. We acknowledge them, we respect them, we honor them, we are humbled by their presence, as all of us are with everything, with all life. And we are in the deepest, highest gratitude for each other and in love and loving each other. And our light, our circle expands. We look up, we see our meditative sphere. Meditative sphere sets center circle. It can be felt, seen, heard through all existences, all dimensions, all densities, all universes. And its effect is far-reaching, obviously, because it saturates in deep eternal love all that it comes in contact with. Whether it is a vibrational frequency in hearing, whether it is felt saturating in, whatever it comes in contact with, in whatever form it does, creates deep eternal love. It harmonizes all of the frequencies in the universe into a higher and higher frequency of peace, joy, happiness, and bliss. We feel it. The sphere holds all of our meditations in perpetual motion. This is absolutely astronomically powerful in the highest frequency. It saturates us. It literally floods us from head to toe, inside and out, both our biological bodies and our etheric. Our gods and our bodies are flooded and saturated in this massive, deep, eternal love, in the highest gratitude and gratefulness, thankfulness, appreciation. We become clearer. We become more aware, cognizant and conscious that in order for us to ascend, we must become enlightened. And to become enlightened is to continually increase our vibrational frequencies to a higher and higher level. This is from our intentions of staying in love, of communicating with our gods, of staying in bliss, in joy, in peace, no matter what the external authority is doing. We are all, and we can all achieve the calm within the storm. We look upon the planet, we see all of our brothers and sisters. We see them as light, as love. We see them as life. We appreciate them. We are in high gratitude for them. We are in deep eternal love for them. And we flood them. We just flood them with this awareness, this consciousness, this uplifting frequency, so that they can embrace themselves, so that they can love themselves without interference from themselves. And they can literally arise. They can elevate. They can actually move into the universal flow of all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, of the highest abundance, prosperity, joy, peace, and bliss. This is not something we create, it's something that we are. It's how we move into it or move out of it. Unfortunately, the majority of humanity is constantly moving out of it and wondering why they are where they're at. So we flood them all. We are flooded with this intense understanding of the highest joy and frequency of deep eternal love that we must concentrate and practice staying in high vibrational frequency. And then, and only then, will you see the transformation that you have longed for, each and every one of you. I'll join you in the meditation and return to close us out. frequency, and we are really much more than high frequencies. And to be cognizant and conscious of this, and your motivation is so strong, there's nothing to compare to it. It is literally all that you have ever desired from the highest high in your entire existence. It is where you go when you ascend, when you become totally enlightened, when you're always in love. All of the infractions and interferences and everything that we create for ourselves, that we do not elevate enough to stay in that flow of constant abundance, peace, joy, happiness, and bliss, and we are always trying to struggle, find ourselves to figure out why we are where we are. So take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night, and into the following morning. Contemplate it. Be in spirit and joy, and be in peace and quiet, and go off and explore it and practice it so that you become in habit of it, so that it eventually becomes automatic. And when you eventually move more and more in love, your enlightenment increases your harmony and vibrational frequency to the point where you are beginning to be there more than you're not. We will be back here Friday, June 28, 2019 at 3 p.m. Eastern.